What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Windbreaker, Season 2, Episode 11. So in this one, we see the aftermath of the fight. Suzuri, it's revealed that one of the things he wanted to do, which makes sense based on how he talks, he wanted to play video games. So basically, where everyone is celebrating, the victory, you know, the basically, Furin and Ropo Ropo Ichiza's victory. Basically, they celebrate, they play video games just to cheer up the guy, and it's funny how Sakura sucks at video games. But then, flashbacks, you have flashback to ends where Indo appears. So basically, yeah. So Tsubaki and Suo, they they knew who they immediately recognized Indo because he's a former Furin member who had left back after their bad times. So, and I guess he's interested in Sakura because of how he fought against Keel. And so now, what this is so basically this will set up some more involving Indo, involving another character. And so we see something where basically all the gray captains and their lieutenants were, they're all get so basically Ume's main lieutenants and the people right under them, they're all there because Ume summoned them and Sakura and his two lieutenants to talk. And it's about all stuff with Indo. And yeah, so a good end to this arc. Most of this arc sucks. Like it just does. Most of this arc sucks. Like all the Tsubaki stuff, that whole period when Tsubaki's the main focus, it just sucks. Once it gets to combat, it's better. And then further on, and as this series goes on, assuming we get more seasons, when combat being a bigger role, it's combat's going to be the main focus, and it starts getting good again. So yeah, I like this episode, like how it's focused on Indo, focus on. Well, there is some annoying stuff with Indo, like later on, as far as his fighting stuff, it's actually freaking cool. So, and we're gonna see, I guess, why he's interested in Sakura, like later on, probably if we get a season 3, probably in the third season. So yeah, I like this episode. I'm actually looking forward to next week's. Lazarus, episode 9. So this episode's called Death on Two Legs, which is, a song by Queen from their album Night at the Opera. And so basically this shows, Chris recovering from all her injuries. And then, Doug and Axel talk about Lazarus potentially being erased as a loose end because, they're basically a Black Ops team. And so then Abel, Hirsch, they attend this meeting at the Pentagon with basically people above them. They have a problem with there being a lack of progress in Skinner's, in the search for Skinner. And then, Leland's brought in as a witness by one of Abel's rivals named Schneider from INSCOM, the United States Army Intelligence and Security Command. You know, Basically Leland just be's honest about what his role is. He said that they basically did a mission that was basically unrelated to Skinner to save Chris. They did because they wanted to save her because they believe she's a valuable member of the team. And so after her testimony, basically what the Abel so Skinner sends this video, and basically he's basically mad. Humanity doesn't seem to care about finding him, and he says he's the first human tested, and that he mentions that he'll be the first one to die from in that in 10 days when that deadline starts. And so basically, Abel then tells the community that they don't have time to be worrying about methods, about wasting time with committees. They need to like find Skinner. So the the committee agrees to give Lazarus a 10-day window to find Skinner. And then so Abel and Hirsch, they're concerned about Inscom, I guess, going against them, some foul play. And then Chris finds she remembers a pill that she found at Skinner's home, and she asks for it to be analyzed. And so Schneider suspects that Abel is covering Axel's past because Axel's broken out of prison a lot, and he hires an assassin named Soryu to kill him. And to prove himself that he's able to do the job, Soryu by himself wipes out an entire special forces team as like a test. So yeah, that's that happens. And yeah, so yeah, I like this episode. I thought it was good. Interesting setup for the rest of the series. Searching for Skinner, and then all the stuff with like the interagency battles that occur within the government. A lot. There's some sections of the government that just dislike each other. I mean, it is a fact. But like, so that's interesting. I'm looking forward to see how that develops in future episodes. So yeah, like this episode. Look forward to next week's. The Unholy Trinity. So in this movie, a western, starring Pierce Brosnan, Samuel Jackson, and Brandon Lessard. So Lessard plays Henry Broadway, whose father, Isaac Broadway, is executed for murder. Now, Isaac tells Henry that he was framed by the sheriff Butler in the town of Trinity. So Henry goes to Trinity, confronts the sheriff inside the church. It's revealed that's it. And the sheriff, whose name is Gabriel Dove, played by Pierce Brosnan, reveals that Sheriff Butler was already killed. You know, and he tells Henry to hide his last name because Isaac probably is not looked upon fondly, whereas the dead sheriff was. And so basically, you have this guy named Gideon who wants to kill like Running Cub, a Native American who's accused of killing, uh, the sheriff, and that she's like hiding out, and Gabriel knows him, knows her, and basically tries to get Gideon to not take a posse up there. And so, like Henry, he brought his father's ashes with him, and basically, while he's trying to screw some hooker, uh, this like one like bandit like guy, tries to violate the hooker and kills her, and then Henry kills the bandit named Asa. And he basically runs away, and like another bandit like tries to kill him, like one of the guy's brothers, and then Samuel Jackson's character, Saint Christopher, uh, helps him kill the guy, and then Gabriel like starts hunting for Henry, and Christopher takes Henry to like a spot where he meets like these actors who are disguised as priests. Basically, Christopher tells Henry that he knew his father, that they stole gold together down in Georgia, and basically Isaac hid it somewhere in town, and he believes it's whichever house Henry grew up in. And Gabriel arrives, helps Henry escape. Then basically Gabriel and Henry prepare to defend like Gabriel's house, which is revealed to be where Henry grew up. So they try to protect the house, protect Gabriel's wife, and this little girl that's staying with them. And when then St. Christopher, who saw Running Cub help Gabriel save Henry, tells Gideon and all the townsfolk that Gabriel's hiding Running Cub. So Gabriel helps Running Cub escape the Gideon, which kills some of the people, including Gideon's son. So that leads to this whole big firefight where Gideon leads a posse to attack Gabriel's house. So Gabriel, Running Cub, Henry, and Gabriel's wife protect the house, while St. Christopher goes to the church to find the gold because the bartender mentions that Isaac said that his house was the Lord's house. So that makes St. Christopher realize that the gold's hidden in the church. So basically, Gabriel, Henry, and Running Cub basically kill they kill Gideon, kill a bunch of his people. And then they go to the church, confront St. Christopher, kill him, and it is real that the gold is buried, but they don't use the gold. So then everything calms down because, well, those people who want to kill them are dead. So Henry, I guess, settles in Trinity. And yeah, he finds peace with his father's death. So yeah, I really like this. It was a really good Western. Um, it's not a movie that's going to get a lot of traction, but with Pierce Brosnan's success in Mobland, it should, because Pierce Brosnan is freaking awesome in this. So is Brandon Lessard, Samuel Jackson. They're all freaking great in this. Like, Brosnan's character is Irish, yet he fits so well in this Western town. Like, it is actually really good. Like, this is a great Western. Like, it it's probably not going to be very successful because it's not as many theaters as some of the bigger releases, and with the competition from How to Train Your Dragon, but this is a really good movie and should be successful. Well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.